He had gone. He had said that after doing so, the time would come for her to think about becoming a heavenly being. That is, the transaction would have taken place as they preached from one hand to the other. Indra would have come to the Sharabangashrama. He who saw Rama said that it was not yet time to take him there. Before he could see him, Rama had a lot of work to do. The news reached the cursed Virata and Kabanda, that their salvation would come from Rama. They both sent him to Tenkali in their own way. They were helped by making promises and promises of help. An interesting fact is this. Before the wedding, it seems that Gautama was expecting Rama to come to his ashram long before Rama came to Gautama with Vishwamitra. The time limit, how long was it? For Ahalya to be freed from the curse must have been determined long ago. When Rama came to the ashram and entertained Ahalya, Ahalya came out and was accepted. The sage had said that the time would come and that it was time for him to accept her. At this point, it seemed that Vishwamitra's action must have been reconsidered. Vasistha's change of mind, saying that it was a good idea to send Rama and Lakshmana with Vishwamitra, was part of this. It seems that these main characters, Rama-Lakshmana, who had to work on earth, did not know that the welfare and fame of these boys would grow, and some other great work would be created that was more extensive. Rasharatha need not have any fear that his children would be safe. When they were with Vishwamitra for Gupta, just as Amrita was protected by fire, Vasistha's advice was valid. Even before Rama was born, the gods gathered at the time of Dasharatha's sacrifice, which he did not see coming. They had conspired to destroy Ravana. They prayed to Vishnu to take on the only form necessary for the destruction of that demon. The boon that Brahma gave to Ravana did not include humans and monkeys. If Vishnu took a place in the womb of Dasharatha's queens, many of the gods would be responsible for the birth of monkey leaders. Most of it, why, all of it, seems to have been arranged in advance. The sages are important among the human race. They had an inner vision of everything that happens. For those who know how everything should happen, how it happens, this whole story of humans becomes just a puppet show from this perspective. The sages become the limbs of this action stem. The expressions and voices of humanity then become secondary. They become secondary. The sorrows that many men and women experience, the torture, suffering, desire, hope, and excitement that they have to endure, and the suffering and pain that have made the Ramayana so humane and world-loving, then become tools used for the fulfillment of some other purpose. What is to be done with them? It is the divine that is working. Although there is talk of human good and world welfare, everything that happens here seems to be done to further another purpose. Although Rama, at the human level, is often thought to be destined by fate, Kshatriya, God, fate, and time, he says that what ultimately wins is his Kshatriya, his manhood. Is that also destined? That is, the victory at the last moment was not due to the strength of Rama, but to the help given by Garuda, the inspiration of Aditya's heart, the help of the chariot sent by Indra, the advice whispered in Rama's ear, the advice that if Ravana was to be brought down to the ground, the use of the Brahmastra, all of these become effective. How is this to be judged in determining the human characteristics of an epic poem? Or, as some say, Rama does all this because he was born as a human being, all this is the human pastime of the god Rama. Then all the human level work here is just a show of faith. Rama is not Rama, Sita is not Sita, all this is a divine work. It means that the sages and gods have worked tirelessly to destroy Ravana. One pity in this is that Ravana is a real person. Kaikeyi, more than her nurse Manthara becomes the main instrument for this strategy and its implementation, that is, for its entire motivational business. The strange thing is, Rama does not know any of this. All he knows is that he is a human being, that he is the son of Dasharatha. If he is accused of anything more than that, it is only someone else's claim. Then Rama does not become a human being, he is just a tool. If he feels that he is someone who is of no value to anyone else, will he be happy? What hurts the modern mentality is the statement of a small incident in the Aranyakanda. When Sita was caught in the hands of Ravana and was trying to escape by cursing and crying, her hair came loose, and it is said that the gods and sages who were watching this were happy. Because, now that this has been organized, Ravana's destruction is certain. What a sad, heartless behavior this is. What a perversion it seems. 13. All this artificially created framework from ancient times. What is merely a human story, dragged and brought together to achieve the incarnation, then this attempt to combine it is the main thing. Poetry, literature, both are human nature. Rama, Sita, Dasharatha, Kausalya. Lakshmana's service, Bharata's selflessness seem to highlight these qualities without a doubt. True, the humanity here is suffocated, the blood becomes stagnant. The meaning of these human figures is reduced, blood becomes thin. Atri Rishi's ashram. The Atriya ashram described at the end of the Ayodhya Kanda is a very beautiful picture in the Ramayana. Atri and Anasuya were very old. In Anasuya, Atri was very respectful and loving. The old woman was very happy to see Sita, whom Atri had sent to him out of affection. Once upon a time, Anasuya had prepared food to feed a famine that had lasted for 10 years. She had made the Ganges, which had dried up, flow with water. Atri told this story to Rama. He told her how devoted Anasuya was. Her vows were endless. Regard her as your mother, Rama, and he said, let Vaidehi go to her. Rama ordered Sita to go to Anasuya for her welfare. Sita went and circumambulated her with reverence. The old woman's picture is Sithalam Valatam Vridam Jarapandara Murdhajam Satam Veshamananjam Praveda Katalinyatha. That is the description there. Her body is stiff. Her skin is wrinkled. She is old. Her hair is white. Her hands are shaking like a banana when a strong wind blows. After first inquiring about her well-being, Anasuya congratulates Sita for choosing a life of sharing in her husband's hardships. He has no home. He has to roam around in the forest as a deposed person. She admires the quality of her husband's devotion to stay with him during the most difficult time that has befallen him. Sita says that she is very grateful to that gentleman for reminding her of her duty as a mother. Her husband is not like others, not a person who is not bound by the Vrt Vivarjita, a person who is endowed with qualities, a person who is angry, a person who has a fixed sense of feeling, a person who is called a Dharmatma says, Matruvit Pitruvit Priya. The last words are very loving. Rama behaves in the love of his father as he behaves in Kausalya even with a woman of low rank. She said, my mother told me how you are speaking now, at the time of my marriage. Now Anasuya's words seem to have given her a new spirit, they bring back memories of great words. Hearing all this, Anasuya becomes very happy. How sweet your words are. What culture and education you have. She says. She asks, tell me what I can do as a sign of my love and as a result of the penance that is abundant in me. Sita had nothing in particular to ask her. Hearing this, the old woman became even happier. Out of self-love, she gave Sita flowers, clothes and ornaments, telling her that she had divine powers, and said, wear this, your beauty will increase, you will become even more beloved to your husband. With this attire, you will be forever charming. She said, Shobhaishyati Bhartaram, and Avyayam. This gift of love made Sita happy. The old woman told her to wear this in front of her and said, it will be evening soon, go to your husband. She had asked Sita earlier to tell her story. Sita told it briefly. Anasuya was very happy. Sita blesses her and goes to her husband. None of the nobles here ask for any offerings. The steadfast and serious Swayamprabha tells the monkeys, Charantiya Mamadharmena Karyam Iya Kenachit. She says that she will be engaged in her religious practice for a while to come. She does not need anything from anyone else. There are a couple of minor differences from the Balakanda. There are some differences in the statements about the ages of Rama and Lakshmana, and how long she stayed in Ayodhya after marriage.